What's up guys, Triple J here, welcome back to the channel, and this video is going to be about Spider-Man Classic. Now Spider-Man is the first champion in the 10x10 supply drop, and I want to talk about his abilities, what he can do, showcase his damage, and maybe help people decide if they want to invest in Spider-Man. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Right, so the first thing we should know is that Spider-Man's basic attacks have a 25% chance to inflict a taunt debuff. Now that taunt debuff reduces the attack rating of the opponent by 1%, and for a stunned opponent, you increase your chances of inflicting taunt debuff by a certain percentage. So the more taunt debuffs on the opponent, the more tankier Spider-Man will be. And also the opponent will be a little bit more predictable because taunt also increases the likelihood of the opponent to use their special attacks. Alright, so let's now talk about Spider-Man's special attack 1, or his SP1, and something called webbing. Now during Spider-Man's SP1, he shoots out 2 webs. Okay, so for each web shooter attack, he applies 1 stack of webbing to the opponent. Now for each webbing, there's a certain debuff he applies. Now for 1 webbing, he applies the debilitate debuff, which increases the duration of newly applied debuffs. So for example, like his taunt, once he has a debilitate up, once you apply a new taunt debuff, that should last longer than the previous taunt debuffs. Now for the second webbing, he applies something called a decelerate. Now a decelerate debuff reduces the ability accuracy of evades and unstoppable. Now with 3+ webbings, Spider-Man applies a suppression debuff, and suppression reduces the combat power rate of the opponent. So let's talk about his special attack 2, or his SP2. Now this attack inflicts a stun debuff on the opponent for 3 seconds. Also, while the stun is active, the opponent's physical resistance is lowered by a certain amount for each taunt on them. So essentially, you want to inflict a lot of taunt debuffs on the opponent and use this special attack and deal a big amount of damage. So the other thing here I want to mention is that while the opponent is stunned, their ability power rate is reduced by 50%, and if they are a non-skill opponent, the duration of the stun debuff cannot be reduced. Right, so that Captain Marvel fight took 1 minute and 17 seconds. Mind you, this is a rank 1 Spider-Man, and I think that's pretty decent. That's some good damage there. And as you can see, like one of the special attacks hit for like over 120k. So yeah, Spider-Man is capable of doing some serious damage. Alright, so let's talk about the special attack 3, or the special 3, real quick. All it does is that it applies 5 stacks of webbing. So another rotation you could do is race to your special 3, then do a special 1, then do a special 2. Or you could do what I did in the previous Captain Marvel fight, do multiple special 1s, then do a special 2. Basically, in my opinion, you will achieve the same thing. Now, if you need to access Spider-Man's utility quicker, then you should just focus on doing the special 1s. That way you can avoid any evade or unstoppable. Alright, so these next few fights, I've added some synergy members to the team, and I'm going to highlight 2 synergies that I think are pretty decent. And also later on, I'm going to add a clip with 1 more synergy to the team that I completely forgot about. And I think that synergy is pretty good for Spider-Man. Okay, so the first synergy I want to highlight is this one with Dr. Octopus. So Spider-Man's heavy attack inflicts an injury debuff, and hitting an injured opponent bypasses 100% of physical resistance, which is pretty good because Spider-Man's attack is all physical. So the second synergy I want to highlight is this one with Hit Monkey. At 6+ webbing, Spider-Man applies a fragility debuff that increases the critical damage rating of incoming hits by a certain amount and reduces the block proficiency of the opponent by 50%. Alright, so let's get into the Winter Soldier fight and let's see how Spider-Man does. Okay, so the third synergy I want to highlight is this one with Statra. Now, Spider-Man, once he's a Wasp-totem, his personal taunt ability accuracy is increased by 75%. So this is really good because you want to be able to apply a lot of taunts on the opponent, because the more taunts on the opponent, the bigger the special 2 damage is going to be. So I think this synergy is really good for Spider-Man. Also, it adds additional utility with the Wither debuff. So it's only 30%, but at least it's something. And this makes Spider-Man have even more utility. So you can deal with power gain, you could deal with evade, unstoppable as well. So this synergy here is really good for Spider-Man, in my opinion. Now let's see a clip of Spider-Man with this synergy activated. Alright, so this next fight, I'm going to showcase Spider-Man's utility. This node has Unstoppable on it, and you're going to see once I apply Decelerate on the opponent, Unstoppable doesn't happen at all. So as you can see, once the Decelerate debuff was on the opponent, the Unstoppable buff did not trigger at all. Alright, so this next fight has Mixmaster node on it, and you're going to see that Spider-Man will counter the evade pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to highlight two champs that the Decelerate will not work on, and one champ is Ultron, the other one is Nightcrawler. So lastly, let's talk about Spider-Man's signature ability. Once he's awakened, he gains the chance to evade attacks, the duration and potency of his taunt is increased, and he can stack more debuffs. So essentially, you really want this guy awakened, and you want this guy at high sig. Once he's at high sig, or even awakened, he becomes even more enjoyable to play. So guys, that's Spider-Man in a nutshell, and to get him as a free champ and even awakened, I feel like it's a plus in anybody's account. He's not like the quickest damage dealer out there, and there's other champs where like the damage is much better, the utility is probably even much better too. But if you don't have those champs available and you have a Spider-Man and you want to counter evade, you want to counter Unstoppable, he's your guy. So don't discount him. He's pretty decent champ, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will enjoy using this guy in questing. Alright guys, so that'll be it for the video. If you like the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 500 subs, and I like to do more of these, so let me know what you think of the video and what I can do to improve, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.